boy Snake.
I'm your boy Hammer. What? Huh? I'm Mingo D.
Hammer's still not here. But it's just him. No, but I wish he was here. He's doing adult stuff. If you just joined us, we are live, and we're talking about Tech Talk. We just finished up Nerdmation. We are in the process of talking about this Starlink. I wanted to go ahead and get the intro out of the way before we get too far into this. So like Robert was saying, that it's way faster than a satellite because it's super close to the Earth. So it's still considered like satellite, but it's in like a lower. They say it's like a lower orbit, closer to ping better. But it's developed initial beta services both domestically and internationally, and will continue expansion to near global coverage of the populated world in 2021. During beta, users can expect to see data speeds vary from 50 megabytes per second to 150 megabytes per second, and latency from 20 to 40 ms in most locations over the next several months. As we enhance the Starlink system, there will be also be brief periods of no connectivity at all. As we launch more satellites, install more ground stations, and improve our networking software, data speed, latency, and uptime will improve dramatically. So then they send out a kit you can order. You can download it for iOS and Android. It's a Starlink kit, arrives with everything you need to get online, including your Starlink, Wi-Fi router, power supply, cables, and mounting tripod. The Starlink requires a clear view of the sky to connect. Download the Starlink app to determine your best install locations. So low latency equals video calls and online gaming. Latency is the time it takes to send data from one point to the next. When satellites are far from Earth, latency is high, resulting in poor performance and activities like video calls and online gaming. Starlink satellites are over 60 times closer to the Earth than traditional satellites, resulting in lower latency and the ability to support services typically not possible with traditional satellite internet. It's ideal for rural and remote communities. Starlink is ideally suited for areas of the globe where connectivity has typically been a challenge, unbounded by traditional ground interferences, infrastructure. Starlink can deliver high-speed broadband internet to locations where access has been unreliable or completely unavailable. That is going to be dope. Like I'm concerned. I am a little concerned about, because cloud coverage and stuff. So hopefully that's not going to play a factor. They work closely with leading astronomers around the world to better understand the specifics of their observations and engineering changes to make reduce satellite brightness. So the way it looks like you set it up just like the DirecTV satellites, but without the extra arms. So it looks just like a dish pointing towards the sky. I remember, they say they will provide it to anywhere on Earth with reliable speed. I remember them talking about it. I think we might have mentioned it on one of our shows.
Probably.
It was a while back, but we never really went in. I don't think we went depth into it. But I remember reading about it. I'm like, that looks dope, and especially if it's going to give me more gaming power, I'm all for it. But the main thing I wanted to talk about that I ran across was about Elon Musk was that he's wanting to make a $20 billion futuristic city. I'm trying to find the details on it because I had it up and then I accidentally closed the window. I don't remember where I got to it because I didn't type it in directly. I found it like, when you go deep diving into the internet and you find, next thing you know, you're around, little people and things. But
Link start.
But apparently, I think that from what I read, I think that this is the futuristic city that he's wanting to establish on Mars, if I'm not mistaken. Because he is wanting to put the city on Mars. That's with the Mars missions. But I don't know if that's the one. But a $20 billion futuristic city, that's insane. But if
it is.
pull this off, it'd be him. Like I can imagine it in my head, but I don't know what all he would do. I mean, just think about everything he can do and has done in a city. Like if he had full control, like that city would probably be like Metropolis. I don't know. I'm gonna look more into it. But what did you have to talk about?
All right, now I got a few things, but the main I'm not gonna talk about the main thing as of yet. I'm gonna go with a couple. I'm gonna go with another one. Right now, I want to talk about if you guys got $739 or $740, then there's this gaming VR chair. I don't remember the name of it right now, but if you like the Virtuix, the virtual treadmill thing where you can bring it to your home. We talked about it a while back, and it's at a lot of different arcades. I don't think it's here in Texas. If it is, it's probably not Fort Worth. It's probably Dallas or Austin or whatnot. But if you have played those, go play it. Oh, I think it is. I think they played it. Snake and Hammer actually played it in Odessa, if I'm correct. So it is here. But if you like those, then you'll like this type of chair. I don't know the name right now. I'll probably find it later on in the episode, or maybe Snake will find it and he'll tell us the name of it later. But I don't know if you guys can catch me right, but you're in this chair that's kind of like a recliner chair on like these little. If you ever been like at Universal Studios or at like Six Flags has it, or any other places where you can sit in a little chair, arcade chair, and it moves like this up and down. That's the type of thing. It moves where you're able to lay back, sit up. You have a type of Oculus type of visor on, and you're immersed. I'm assuming that this is for all seated games, right? Because in the the virtual treadmill, you can't really sit down and get in a fighter copter or a car and shoot or really play any type of Star Wars game, right? So this one you can kind of lay back and you could be in a Star Wars game. Can you imagine being like, Luke Skywalker, shooting down, some stormtroopers? Can you imagine that? That'd be amazing. Can you imagine being in GTA and you're actually in the car, you're driving, you're actually controlling the car and shoot out the window and do some other stuff, whatever. You can imagine Call of Duty, just you're being the driver and everybody else is running around and they're shooting and stuff. You're making sure that everything goes well. That, I think, is dope if they do it correctly. But like I said, $739 now, I think, on Kickstart. I'm not sure if it's going to change. Probably won't for a while. But either way, that's still a dope thing. I think it's dope for VR and tech coming soon. So that's one thing on it.
Not only driving though, like you imagine like GTA, like you driving and it's moving, you get in a wreck, you just but also like, cause that's an amazing thing. You're gonna be spinning, but then like when you get into you get into a jet or a helicopter, it's gonna be moving. So you in a jet, you're gonna be flying around. So like the transition is gonna be dope. That you're gonna be flying around, and The only thing is like, so you're sitting the whole time. So like, if you are running around, I think it'd be still controller. But I think it'd be dope if they made it to where it's merged with, if they merged that with the Omni Virtutrix. So if you're sitting down, you're already buckled in. So it's harnessed. You're harnessed in. So if you're sitting down and you're doing everything, it shouldn't be too like if it's reading properly with the game. Say you get out of the car, if you're not in the vehicle mode anymore, like it would just lift you up. Like it just lifts straight up, and then you're able to spin. Like it's harnessed that you're able to like run and spin and run. Like you're still able to do it. And then when you get into another car, it just like sets you back down as you sit down in the seat. Like I think that would be dope. I don't know how they would do it, but if you're listening or you're watching it, people to make it, here you go. Just know that Snake told you. So.
The second thing I wanted to talk. Oh, you want to go? You got one?
No. Go
ahead. The second thing I wanted to talk about is the main thing I want to talk about is the Apple keynote. Apple keynote came out about their products and pretty much what they've talked about. Well, first let's get the AT&T's having a purple iPhone 12 or violet or whatever. So if you're into that and you want new colors, go get that. That's cool. But the big thing about the colors, they talked about the new MacBook Pros, which is, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on that because that's not the main thing, but it's smaller. The chip and it's pretty much all of that stuff was about the M1 chip, that new chip that Microsoft, Lord, that Apple's came out with, to where they don't use Intel, or I don't think they even use AMD anymore. They use their own process, and it's supposed to make everything faster. One commentator said he didn't like how the shape of the book was, that was ugly or whatever. So there's that. And then they came out with the iPad again, didn't make any change with the iPad. Apparently it's just has the M1 chip, so it's 10 times faster. So apparently now, if you've always been Microsoft Surface Pro is better than the laptop, than the iPad, it might now have competition. So there's that. But the main thing I want to talk about is this isn't the real thing. I'm just using it as a reference point. Is this thing here? Like this thing? Yeah, this isn't the real thing. But Apple came out with these things called AirTags. They're little circular things and they're made to compete against Tile and everything else. Apparently, this is for, they can use these little disc things you can put them anywhere. You can put them in your backpack. You can put them on a keychain. They actually, and Apple, they only sell you that. So they sell you the little keychain to go with it, of course. It's $26. And it comes, the battery is made from one of the watch batteries. So it lasts pretty much years or whatever. So that's even dope. And then, of course, the little keychain part that comes with it, it runs from like $7 on up, depending, because everybody's making their keychain things and other parts to go with them and everything. So pretty much the main focus of this thing is the Find My iPhone. They're taking that, and like I said, they're going after Tile, and they're making it to where you can find my AirTag, and it's for anything. So you can put this little AirTag, like I said, on the keychain, lose your keys, and they've upgraded the system to where now it'll do that little ping sound to where you can, I hear my iPhone, it's somewhere far away. But now, if you have an iPhone, I think 11 and up, I believe, you're in 30 feet of it, it will turn into a navigation system at that moment and guide you to it and tell you, you're going the wrong way, you're going this way, you go this way, it's right here, boom, and you found it. But the best part of it is that because it's connected with all of the iOS users. So you're an iOS user, it's even better for you, because Tile has to work off, if anybody has Tile, or has to work off navigation or whatever. Not Apple. Since if you have an iPhone, and there are thousands, and especially here in America and US, of iPhone users, if you lose something that has the AirTag on it, and the iPhone goes by it, it will ping it on the map, letting you know, okay, it's somewhere in the area, it's in Dallas. How did it get to Dallas? You left it on the train, you went this way, or whatever. And then the other important feature is that it has that the person, the iPhone user that's on the train can they can see that, oh, it's an AirTag near me. What the heck's going on? They can see it, scan it, I guess, or whatever. They can scan it, and then it'll say, oh, it'll have this person's name and phone number on it. Then they can call it and say, hey, we have your this. Now, for security reasons, because I know Snake's like, what? That's security reasons is this. How can you, to where the person won't just take the AirTag? They have it to where as long as you have your AirTag on you, and let's say you're riding with your friend, it won't go off. And what I mean by that is this: is that if you lose your AirTag, or if someone wants to take an AirTag and put it in your backpack and have that AirTag follow you around so they can trace you and follow you around, your iPhone will say, hey, it's a mysterious AirTag with you. And that's another reason how people know there's a mysterious sensor near you, and you can figure out what it is, get rid of it, throw it, or whatever, and all that kind of stuff. And then also, in order to access the AirTag, the user has to put their name and phone number on there, because if you lose it, that way the person can call and say, hey, I found your AirTag, where you want to meet me or whatever, and then they can check on the map and all that kind of stuff. So it's a good security reason. And like I said, if you have your AirTag on you, it won't alert the other person's iPhone and say, oh, it's a mysterious thing that's trying to follow you or whatnot or whatever and all that. And they even tapped into Android. If an Android person happens to find the AirTag, they can use a QR code and scan it and then say, oh, this is a lost thing, and then they can call the number. So it's really a dope concept. I'm shocked that Apple came up with that, and they're selling, well, not shocked that they came up with it because they come up with a lot of great stuff, but that they're selling it for such a cheap price. I thought it was going to be like $45, $50, and then every accessory that comes with it was going to be like $20, $30. They're selling it for $26, and then the 4-pack I think is $80 or $90, which that's and which is so I think it's a 4-pack bundle, so you can buy 4 of those. So it's a pretty dope concept. I actually like it. I'm an Android user, and I like what Apple's doing. Don't tell anyone. It's too late, it's on live. But I think it's pretty good. It's pretty cool. So it's a dope concept, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to be buying it. If you're an iPhone user, I'm sure you're going to probably buy it. So would I recommend it? Yeah. I mean, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I'm not sure how many people that use the iPhone actually lose other things. But I know people used to lose their iPhone all the time, which I don't know how it's possible. Not want to lose that thing. But if you lose your keys, your backpack, pencil, whatever, these things you can put it on there somehow and go from there. So there you go. AirTags.
I feel some sort of way about it. Just like, I don't know. Like, yes, you can be able to find your stuff. Like, it's a good thing, but along with the security thing, like you were saying, is like, but what if you didn't lose it? Like, people are able to just see where you're at, everywhere you're at. You're like, oh, somebody over here, this tag. Like, like you could follow them without following them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's only when I think it's only activated when you do the find my part. I don't think it's just in general. I mean, I don't know. I don't have iPhones.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, so what? Say we're both on the subway or a bus, and I'm like, like a spy. I'm following you. You stay behind. You always got to keep eyes on them. You don't have to keep eyes on them. You just like watching them. Like, you just look at your phone. Like, you just like. And then you like I only have to keep I just know that where the thing is on the map. I'm just following you. So that's what I'm saying. Like the security thing, like it's like, does it only activate if you activate it? Like, hey, find my thing, and then it sends out a thing to everybody. Like, hey, my thing's lost. Can you help me find it? If like an Amber Alert for my stuff, like
right.
Or is it active all the time? Like there's just things that I don't know. I'd have to look into it. But I'm not an iPhone user, so I don't care. But no, I think that's a dope that they're actually competing with the Tile. But does it track? Like the Tile is not tiles aren't really made for finding stuff like that. Those are mostly for like Bitcoin type stuff, like digital, like step count, like it tracks your just by moving. That's why they put them on their dogs and stuff. Wait,
Yeah.
the tile? I think that might be something. I think that's hex that I'm
Yeah.
thinking about.
I think all of them do similar things. I don't know if that's. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what Apple is trying to go for eventually for the future. They already have the watches that can do your heart rate and everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if they say, "Oh, this does another fitness feature," because they technically want everybody buying all of their watches. I mean, it's just I don't like the watch. Me personally, I like the features. I just think I'm waiting for when Google, I think they did come out with their own version of Fitbit because they bought Fitbit, but I'm waiting for them to come up with the brand of a real official one. Well, or the second version. If they came out with one already, I'm waiting for them to come out with the second and third. The third version is always the best one. It's like that's the one. Like, oh, that's it. Buying it. This is the one that's gonna change the world. So, I'm waiting on that for me. Otherwise, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, so I wanted you to go that way I can look at. So basically, I found the thing. So Elon Musk, uh, he's looking to build the. It's called. Okay, so so he's looking to build this city. He's in Texas. He's making a new city in Texas. Yes. Uh, he's looking to take
But it has a
us
lot of
beyond
lanes.
the
So.
stars, starting with a little town in South Texas. According to the Houston Chronicle, Musk's Space Exploration Technologies Corp is building his deep space rocket in Boca Chica, a town along the Gulf Coast of Texas near the Mexican border. And he's thinking it's time for a name change. Musk tweeted on Tuesday, creating the city of Starbase, Texas, is what it's going to be called. Starbase. Adding from Thrace to Mars. I guess he's building that city there to, I guess, establish the base to the stars. Because he's going to. So I guess that's going to be the main hub. But they're in the process of building this, and they're going to make the city there. And somebody else mentioned that he is a strategic person, so like it has to be a reason why he chose that location. I'm more than positive it was because he was cheap enough for him to buy. Because apparently that Boca Chica is just a town. It was just a town. It was like small. Like didn't even have like the like city water and like all these natural facilities and stuff. It was like a really small city, or it wasn't even a city. It's a town. It's just a little. So obviously that's probably why he bought that location. That way he can improve it. Sorry. So he treated like reference, possibly changing the name of Boca Chica to Starbase. Bloomberg reported. According to Bloomberg, the tweet might not be just an idle idea. A StarX representative apparently made a casual inquiry on how to incorporate Boca Chica into a new town and rename it. Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino told Bloomberg. Sending a tweet doesn't make it so. They have a lot of hoops and hurdles to go through before they can make it so, said Trevino. I think they may be getting a little ahead of themselves. I don't know. It's freaking Elon Musk, and he has money, so he can. I think he can make it happen. if SpaceX and Elon Musk would like to pursue down this path, they must abide by all state incorporation statutes. Trevino added in a statement to the Insider, Cameron County will process any appropriate pensions in conformity with parent law. They might be just getting salty.
I mean, it's like you said with Elon. If he's strategic, right? So I'm sure he's looking at this, and it's not like acquiring New York, right? So he's looking at it like, okay, because he's a smart man. He wouldn't have made all these millions just off of a whim, right? And to where he's the second richest man in the world right now. So I'm pretty sure, and he's the tech mogul. So I'm sure to know tech, you gotta know mathematics, you gotta know law and things like that, because you can't just, otherwise they can say everything you make is a weapon, right?
Yeah, he got businesses and stuff. He knows how to get. He knows about following laws and rules and all that. So I don't see a problem with him. They're gonna handle all that. He's got money to have lawyers to know the ins and outs of stuff like that. So,
and just like you said it's a swamp town, right? So if it's a swamp town, then
not swamp town,
not swamp town, but it's a
small town.
It's just a
So it's an unincorporated town that has a water system that's shipped to residents in Boca Chica from nearby Brownsville. According to Bloomberg, the proposed town of Starbase would include an area that's actually larger than the town of Boca Chica, Insider reported. But Musk already has some roots in the Lone Star State. He announced he's relocating to the state back in December, according to Verge. Plans to build his next Tesla factory near East Austin, and already has has a SpaceX facility in Boca Chica. Although the town,
done deal.
Yeah, although the town of Starbase does not exist yet, it seems entirely possible that Musk can make this dream happen. So that's gonna be dope. I think that's gonna be dope. Like, I'm for it because I want them to, like, if they can make a town from scratch, that can be like, how many people would funnel to that? Like, this is the futuristic towns, like, or cities, and I don't know what to make of it.
I think it's good because, number one, like you said, if this town doesn't have much, meaning it might not have that many residents, so that means it's easier to to get it, to buy it, to buy by the rules and create your town and get jobs in there where people will want to come and work there. And people are always talking about the economy. I mean, man, you know how much money you can make? You'll be working at another Tesla factory. You'll be working at a Mars aerospace factory. Like, like to make all those materials. I mean, what is it? What's that company that Bell Helicopter? Bell Helicopter is like one of the companies that they pay you a heck amount of money. Like, you imagine Elon Musk does a Tesla space facility, how much people will be getting paid? And people will be like, yep, go in there. Man.
And it's
like,
bringing that to Texas. So, like, that's even better.
Yep.
But that's all I got. Do you have anything else to throw in?
That's pretty much it.
But that is going to be the end of the show. So if you came out and hung out with us today, thank y'all. We really appreciate y'all commenting and carrying along the conversation with us. Remember, if you missed out, tune in whenever we go live. Comment, I'll shout you out. I'm working on a way to put it out there to where if you want to be on the screen with us, or not even, you don't even have to share your screen, but you can talk and visit. And any questions you have, we're more than welcome. Like, just like Mingo just took his screen away, and now I'm up here, and then now he's back. So you can do that. So it's really simple. Just I'll give you the login thing code. It's not a code. It's just our uh, meeting ID, and then you request to join. It'll put you in a waiting room, and we can pull you in whenever we're ready for you.
Into the Matrix.
So I definitely want to do that. Just feel like that will get more people involved, and because we want to talk to people, we want to talk to y'all and communicate and engage. So, but like I said, that's gonna be the end. Remember, go to YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification. That way you'll know every time we post a video. But until next time, peace out.
Talk nerdy to me. Get nerdy with me.